Whenever riders are making attempts at adjusting their bikes to fit, most always go for the saddle height, or the tire pressure, or the bar angle. However, they rarely check the handlebar to make adjustments. In general, when you lower the handlebar height, this reduces the center of gravity. Traction on the bike increases when you place more weight on the front wheel. If you ride a mountain bike, you would have to watch for how low you push the handlebar height. Having a handlebar height that is too low could give issues with control. If you ride steep terrains, you want to have proper bike handling, and a low handlebar height will have a negative effect on it. If it's a regular road bike, people who are more experienced would have the handlebar height below the saddle. This offers the riders a more aerodynamic position. People who ride for recreation would usually position the handlebar at the same height as the saddle. In some cases, it might be slightly higher. This is just so they can achieve a very comfortable position. How to adjust handlebar height with threadless headset stem. Threadless headsets are designed with a big bolt at the top and two smaller bolts that clamp the stem down. If the design of your bike has a continuous metal going from the bike to the bars, that is a threaded headset. Here's how to adjust your threadless headset stem. Step 1. Loosen the stem cap. You will find a bolt at the point where the stem and the bike meet. To remove this bolt, you would need an Allen key. The handlebar is connected to the bike by this bolt, so you have to remove it before you can make any adjustments to the handlebar. So, use the Allen key to take out the long bolt and the stem cap. Ensure that you keep them safe, as you would need to fix them back on later. Step 2. Loosen the side bolts. The next step is to take out the two screws on both sides of the handlebar. Use the Allen key to loosen these bolts. You can find them on the stem area closest to your seat. Loosen them as much as is needed to remove the handlebars and stem from the tube in the frame. If the bolts are so loose that they might fall, take them out completely so they don't fall out as you risk losing them. Step 3. Removing the stem. This doesn't seem like it deserves a stage of its own, however, you don't just pull it off. When removing the stem, you need to make sure that you do not affect the wires connected to the brakes and derailleurs. Carelessly pulling out the stem could end up bending these wires, which could damage them. This would only create more expenses than you planned for, and you do not want that. Now, most of these wires are usually designed to have some extra length. You still need to be careful. So, move the bike to a table or chair where you can carefully place the handlebar and keep it close enough for comfort. Step 4. The razors. When you remove the stem of the bike, you will find circular razors, or risers, underneath. These are called spacers. To adjust the height on threadless headsets, these spacers are your only option. They are small ring-shaped components. Adding to the number of these small rings increases the handlebar height. While, on the other hand, if you want to reduce the height, you remove from them. If your intention is to get the handlebar higher, you can always get more spacers at your local bike store. You will find a cone-shaped piece beneath the stem that goes all the way to the frame of the bicycle. This is the bearing cover. This component cannot be removed or adjusted. Step 5. Handlebars in their places. It is now time to put the bars back in their position. At this point, you do not have to worry about getting an accurate alignment. Just make sure that you carefully get them in and place them on the added or remaining razors. Now, if you remove the razors to lower the handlebar height, you should place the removed razors on top of the stem. The stem cap bolt will cover them and help you ensure that you don't lose them in case adjustment is needed again. Step 6. The stem cap bolt. Now, get the long bolt you removed at the first step and insert it into its hole. Use your hand to screw it in as tight as possible. This stem cap bolt doesn't have any effect on how the handlebars move from side to side. This means that you can tighten the top bolt before you start making the alignment adjustments. It is not a requirement, however, it will help you keep the handlebars more stable. If your frame is made out of carbon fiber, which is pretty delicate, it would help to have a torque wrench. This is just a safety precautionary measure to help you avoid cracking any of its parts. Step 7. Align the stem. It is now time to align the stem. Start by standing over the bike and have the frame between your legs. Adjust the front wheel so that you have it facing directly front ahead. Keep one of your eyes closed as you align the handlebar to the wheel. Make sure that the centerpiece of the handlebar is in perfect alignment with the front wheel. To be able to have proper turning control, the handlebars and the wheels have to be in perfect alignment. Not having turning control at the stem could lead to damaging the bike and in some cases accidents. If the handlebar is too loose for control, fix the two side bolts in their holes, and tighten them slightly. They should be tight enough to require more pressure to adjust, however, the handlebars should still be able to move. When you are sure the handlebar is perfectly aligned to the wheel, tighten all the bolts properly. Step 8. Check the headset. The headset is the whole collection that governs the turning of your bike. The handlebars, the stem, the fork, and the front wheel are all part of the headset. With everything pieced back together, you now need to check that the whole headset is in alignment and working. To perform this final check, stand and have the bike between your legs. Hold the front brakes and turn the wheel in all directions several times. As you turn, check that there are no unusual movements or restrictions to the movement. If you find anything that doesn't feel normal, loosen the bolts on the side, then tighten the bolt at the top. After that, put the side bolts back and tighten them. If the turn is not free, you should loosen the top bolt a little bit. That's it on adjusting the handlebar height on your child's bicycle. If you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button below. Hit the notification bell so you'll know once we post a new video. Also, drop a comment below so we can know your thoughts. Finally, don't forget to check the description below for more details. Visit our site zimkidsbikes.com for more awesome kids bike ideas like this.